pansori is like a traditional Korean like opera kind of singing. It sounds like that. It's like a lot of like han. It's like the Korean like sorrow, like all the pain that you like feel throughout life. It's like it all comes out in this like very pained singing. It's like completely a release of emotions.
Yep.
Hi guys, welcome back to Balance Talk. Happy Friday. We are all back here. I am your best talker from last week. My name is Anna. I'm the Korean of the group. Nice to have everybody here again. Brandon.
Hello. Yeah, well, you could call me Brandon. I would probably answer, but I usually go by Johnny or John, and I'm the other guy from the state. Well, we got a few stateside people here. Yeah.
Speaking of stateside people, I'm the other one. What's up, everybody? It's your man, Daniel M.O. And it's great to be with you on another Friday. We're going to be talking about a drama today. Okay, so that should be interesting. But before we get to it, let me introduce our last but not least co-host sitting to my right.
Woohoo. Hi everyone, I'm Resida, and thanks for being here again, and happy Friday. Nice to meet you guys again.
Guess the weather right now from what we are wearing.
Oh yeah, that's
I am bundled up in my coat, and the guy next to me is wearing t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the normal one?
What's Santa Claus?
Yeah, what do you think is the temperature right now in
what's the
Korea?
weather
Don't
right
look it up. Don't look up the weather, but guess what it is based on what we're wearing right now.
Do you think you have what it takes to be best talker today?
The best talker. I'm really gonna work on it. I think I got some good sauce in the can, whatever that means.
Actually, I really think he might have a chance because he knows probably the most about the topic that we're going to talk about today, which is... Where's our ding ding ding?
Balance talk.
Yeah, so the Korean drama, please read it out, John.
Korean drama. Jeongnyeon, The Star is Born.
So I don't know if you guys watched it, but we'll give you a brief summary. So it's set in the mid-1950s and it's post-Korean War, and it tells the story of this girl Jeongnyeon, and she's a musical prodigy, and the whole thing is based around this Korean art form called gukguk. And it's basically like a mixture of acting, singing, dancing, and it's an all-female cast. So it's musical theater, but just females, and they play even the male roles. It's like but it's a girl power kind of thing. It's all female, and it was immensely popular in the 50s as an art form. It was basically the original like K-pop. It was like that kind of form of entertainment before we got into the modern era.
I think one thing about this show that is especially inspiring for me is like I'm a sucker for an underdog story, and I feel like this is like the underdog story of underdog stories, because you're talking about post-war Korea, right? Post-colonial Korea. And then on top of that, the main character is coming from a very poor family.
She doesn't have a father. It's just her mother and sister that she's with, and they're surviving on their own.
Exactly, like post-war Korea. So it's like the underdog of the underdog. And I think it makes it so inspiring, and you end up really rooting. I mean, you can't help but root for the underdog, right? Like the one who's coming from nothing, but just through like sheer obsession, talent, and hard work, like you see them get in there. So
won't give up.
Pansori is like a traditional Korean like opera kind of singing. Can you do an imitation of what they sing? What kind of? It sounds like that.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of like han in the. If you guys know what han is, it's like the Korean like sorrow, like all the pain that you like feel throughout life. It's like it all comes out in this like very pained singing. It's like completely a release of emotions.
Yep.
And
I think that's another reason why this drama was such a big hit, not for like us, but also I think why pansori was such a big thing back in the day was, if you think about it, this was a really cathartic experience for the people, because Korea had suffered so much tragedy. And then it's like, how do we express the pain that we've gone through? And then they captured it and put it into story form in the way that they express themselves. So it's really a beautiful way of dealing with their grief, right? But I mean, there's a lot of similar elements, even if you just look at like the makeup, right? The makeup that the characters had to wear. To
very
like,
strong stage theatrical makeup.
Yeah, and then especially the way that they would take these female actresses, but then they'd have to play male roles. So like after the makeup is done, if you watch the drama, like she actually looks like a dude when when they're playing the thing. So
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
like, you know, K-beauty, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And and so the women who end up playing the male roles, they were often referred to as princes, and they became hugely popular because they looked so like striking and like kind of like masculine and kind of hard. So they would gather like huge fans from females.
Yeah.
If there's one skill you can you could learn from historical dramas, what would it be? So for example, swordsmanship, archery, horseback riding, traditional dance, calligraphy, or playing traditional instruments.
I want to do traditional dance.
I want to ride horses like a pro, like pro.
didn't you say you used to ride horses?
No, I like when I was a baby, like once, but like, like once. Okay, Daniel, can you read it?
Which type of friend would you prefer to have by your side? A, friend like Yeongseo, who is a motivating rival. B, friend like Joo-ran, who gives you full support and encouragement.
Oh.
Okay. So based on my understanding, this is kind of like context from the show. As we already talked about Yeongseo. Yeongseo was the one that was from like a upper class or better off family. And she was like the one who's competing with the main character to go for the roles. And she's also an incredible actress as well. Like she's also someone who inspires the main character to be like, oh man, like I need to get better. And then the other friend is the one that she meets towards the beginning. That's like, oh my God, like I'm gonna believe in you no matter what you do. Like you got this, girl. Like that kind of friend. So I guess it's like which of the two, which influence would you rather have in your life?
Oh, it's hard.
3, 2,
1. Let's hold it up.
Oh,
Wow, we all
I'm
said.
surprised at you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I would expect that
I
for
thought
you.
she would definitely say B.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say A.
Okay, well,
Like, explain.
Yeah, since you're the most panjan here, where's this
Explain
coming
yourself.
from?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I watched the drama, right? Like only a bit. I feel like Yeong-seo character really grew on me, and I feel like I need that kind of person in my life because, okay, like I want a supportive friend, but I feel like a rival who could push me do better is better for
Become
me.
a better person.
Juju said, Rosita, what?
I thought for sure she was gonna say
Exactly.
B.
Sorry, I need a rival who can push me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know,
I changed.
Rosita is the character in our show that had the development.
I'm
Like,
a
from the
new
beginning of the
person
year to
here,
now.
okay?
Yeah.
Are you becoming T?
Yeah, I inspire to be like you.
Wow. Hey, and maybe Anna's becoming more of an F through Rosita's influence.
I don't
Maybe,
think
maybe
so.
your friend is right across from you. You guys are seeing each other the whole time. They're right in front of you.
As you said, Rosita, you
Rosita
betrayed me.
I grew as a person, Azu. Sorry.
I think I would like a friend that's like motivating. I don't need someone who's going to be like, you are like trash, you are no good. Like I don't need that. But someone who I can just watch and they're like super motivating. I think that's nice.
The interesting thing, though, too, is if we wanted to be more specific, which it's too hard in this situation, you could say which episode, the Yeongseo from which episode, because she's very different.
That's right. That's a good point. Very different person. Like towards the beginning, you're kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of person she is.
Oh,
What do we got over here? Ooh, we got another balance question.
Okay, John?
let's go. Which type of genius would you want to be? A naturally gifted genius from a poor family like Jeongnyeon, or B, a hardworking genius from a wealthy family like Yeongseo.
Is this even a...
This is so great.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2,
let's see.
1.
Why would this? Why is this even a question?
We all voted for because I mean they're both geniuses, right? It clearly says that. It says a naturally gifted genius, hardworking genius from a poor family or from a wealthy family.
Yeah, if the end result is they're both geniuses.
Yeah.
One has already like
So it's
from a
it's
well-off
basically
family.
asking like, would you rather have more suffering or less suffering? I'm like, no, I'd like to have dinner. I'd like to have a roof over my head, and I'd
I don't
like
want
to
to
have.
be starving.
Yeah, I want to sleep on a bed with a blanket. I don't want to be sleeping with roaches. Like, is that such a hard question?
Who would pick A?
Well, and like we mentioned too, both of them suffer under the emotional
Yeah,
stress of
right.
their mothers, and so that's not even.
Yeah, and to be a hardworking
Yeah.
genius, that requires stress and
Yeah.
effort. And
Exactly.
So you're both like struggling, but you'd rather be like in a not starving situation.
And I think it's also I don't know. I feel like the question is a little bit like
easy?
flawed here because
Yeah, it's not a balanced
it says
question.
like yes, Jeongnyeon is naturally gifted, but she works hard too.
Yeah. Okay, so let's reveal our vote for best talker in 3, 2, 1.
And the best talker is
Rosita.
Whoa, Rosita. Whoa.
It was her participation for the last question.
Okay, I guess we'll see you guys again next week. And thanks for being here. And happy Friday.
Join
Yes.
next week.
Bye.
Where we share all the best values and lessons in life, right?
Oh yeah.
All the great lessons.